And we are live. What's going on, Cowboys Nation out there? How y'all doing? We're gonna let a couple of people, get in. Normally, I have it on standby or something like that. But we have our end of the year show. We kind of knew that it was going to end up being like this at some point, but we had a shot. Kind of got cheated in the game against the Giants a little bit, but it is what it is. Philadelphia tanked anyway, so it ain't matter.
Yeah, we all was expecting that. Like, I don't think. I was like, even if we win, I quite don't see them. I just didn't see the Eagles winning.
Yeah, so I know you did a video directly after the game, but have you had any thoughts to reflect on the year?
Yeah, I am glad it's over. I don't ever wish for football season to be over, but this one I'm like, come on, hurry up, get me out of this one.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, what I'm most excited about really is that I get an opportunity to really dive into what's going on with this draft. And I've looked at so many prospects right now, and I put out a couple of videos for people who haven't seen them. I did one on your boy Kyle Pitts, and I just released one today on Surtain Jr. and Caleb Farley because I know that they're fan favorites. So, people, when you get a chance, go check them out. Are you going to get into the draft? Are you going to start doing videos as far as you going breaking down prospects or anything like that? Or
I might. I don't even know how to do the video stuff that you be. I mean, I can do it, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, whole time though, I be getting in trouble with it sometimes though. Like the YouTube police be really all over it sometimes. So it really
Jay-Z beefing over something like that. So
yeah, so I mean, normally some of the things that I'm gonna start doing is really just talking to the players and directing people directly to where to find it so that they can actually watch tape on their own. Because what I realized over the last couple of days is that for the most part, Cowboy fans really don't watch tape for one. Second, most are out of touch with what the hell the draft actually is. So what I mean by that is all I keep seeing is draft defense, draft defense, draft defense, draft defense. And if you do that, you know what I mean? Like, some will hit, most won't. You'll be reaching, and other teams will be getting better. They'll be getting better players. And as it looks right now, and as the way the NFL is with the rules, offensive players just are better. Scoring points is what wins. If you probably look over the trends over the last couple of years, pretty sure defensive scoring has gone up. You know what I'm saying? So you really, what's going on, Quest? You really have to, really just take care of your team. Like, what's the best needs available? We'll touch on draft a little bit later, but let's talk about I guess maybe end of the year awards or whatnot. I know we suck, but we ended on a good note. I think some of these young guys played hard.
I like our draft class even more now.
Yeah, and that's the perfect segue because I was going to ask you this. For our team, who was the rookie of the year?
And it's crazy. It all depends. Because probably at the beginning of the year, it was CD. Then middle of the year, Trayvon. Towards on the end, I like Gallo more. And be honest, was good for most of it. So really only Reggie Robinson and Bradley and I really didn't get any burn. I mean, we already knew Nucci was the wasted pick, but we don't need to go into that.
We don't need to go into that.
We don't need to get into that, but I like the draft class. I mean, I've seen CD get better over the year, even with bum-ass Dalton throwing him the ball.
Yeah. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say it's CD Lamb for me. Because I really started seeing him really put his footprint on things towards the end of the year. CD was getting in the end zone quite a bit. Yeah, he had that drop, but
that doesn't matter.
I mean, if he would have caught it, what would have happened? We would have probably ended up with what, like maybe the 13th, 14th pick.
So, I mean, even if he would have caught it, he would have got tackled at like the 10. Then Dalton would have still threw an interception because he was trying to throw one all game.
Yeah.
Just wasn't catching him. He was trying to throw picks all game.
I'll tell you what, man. Dalton pissed me off so much in that game, but he also made me proud of him at the same time because I was like, I really wanted him to ball out because I wanted the compensatory pick. Like I wanted somebody to say, man, Andy Dalton could start for us. Like that's what I was thinking. But then he went out there and laid that egg in that first quarter, and I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, nobody's gonna take him as a starter, and we're gonna be stuck with him again. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking.
He damn fought hard. I am gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him that, but he damn stopped most of the game.
Yeah, he had a really good quarter, and if they didn't step on his hand, I think we probably should have won that game anyway. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We lost, and what about? Let's see. I guess what unit do you think played the best this year as far as offense, like from the three phases? Which unit do you think was the most solid?
The receivers.
Receivers. Yeah.
And they was playing with one hand tied behind their back.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Hold on real fast. Doing some administrative stuff right now. Yeah, I mean, for me, I do like the receivers. I do like that. I'm actually gonna go with the pass rush. Towards the end, from probably about week 4, to the end of the year. I think when Randy Gregory came back, they started really, they started heating up. Now I can't speak for Andy Dalton, not hitting our receivers and stuff like that, but I thought the pass rush got much better. Alden Smith was pretty solid all year, but then that got I guess overshadowed by the fact that Randy Gregory came back, and I'll touch on him a little bit later. Demarcus Lawrence started playing better. He probably should have been a Pro Bowler this year, even though the sacks don't show it. And it sucks that when you're doing Pro Bowl voting, they don't put pressures. They don't put, they put tackles for loss, but they don't do pressures. And obviously, I mean, they were running away from them. So, I mean, what So you had the receivers, I had the pass rush. So, who was your?
Oh shoot!
These next two awards are going to be hilarious. But who is your defensive MVP?
I would say probably a tie between D-Law and Randy Gregory.
I can live with that. And it's actually funny though, because I got an unsung guy in there that's probably an honorable mention, but I think Gallimore is an honorable mention because when he came in, when they cut Poe, and they started cutting Tyrone Crawford's bum ass's minutes. And then Antoine Woods, started going down with injuries and stuff. Antoine started playing well a little bit at some point.
Yeah, he did.
He started playing better once Gallimore got next to him. And I want to see what that kid does within the off season. But that being said, D-Law and Randy Gregory started stepping it up big time. They started they were a big reason as to why we started getting turnovers. And that's something huge. But again, that wasn't happening until we started getting that push up the middle from Gallimore, him starting to take double teams and things like that. So I'm with you on that. I'll go with the co-defensive MVP. with Lawrence and Randy Gregory. Hey, Randy Gregory's never had an offseason either. God,
never one.
Get to the offseason.
His damn rookie year.
Golly.
And that ain't really a real offseason because you coming from the draft and all that.
Yeah. Let's see what the Quest is out there. Quest said that I guess his rookies were Diggs and Gallimore. I can see that. And so offensive MVP.
Coop.
Yeah. It has to be Amari Cooper. He played all 16 games. He was consistent. He had 1,100 yards with a bum-ass quarterback.
Quarterbacks.
He bounced back this year. They said that he couldn't play on the road. He played well on the road with the bum-ass quarterback. He probably, if we're being frank, he probably should have had a 1,600 yard year. Probably. You know,
all of them would have got 1,000 yards with Dak.
Yeah, Dak was going to hit 5,000.
He was going to get close to 6.
You know what's crazy? And we talked about the offensive MVP. This guy right here that I'm going to name is an unsung hero, honorable mention. He was consistent, but Dalton Schultz had a really good year for tight ends. I want to say he was around, I think he was a top 10 tight end this year. And he didn't even, did he start all the games? He did, right?
He basically started because Jarwin got hurt, the second or third quarter versus the Rams?
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, but being that Dalton Schultz wasn't pegged in to be the guy, they didn't really have no offense set for Dalton Schultz for him to put up those numbers. He had 600, almost 700 yards receiving with the bum ass quarterback, with most of the bum ass quarterback. So, and when I did the Kyle Pitts video, I could definitely see where a lot of people don't think we need a tight end. If Kyle Pitts is there, I'm taking him, but
do we need Kyle Pitts? No. We didn't need CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this question. Did Kansas City need Le'Veon Bell?
Did they damn need Cole Hartman? Did they really need Clyde Edwards-Helaire? No, they didn't.
But the thing is, you don't stop a team from there's never what I've learned from KC, and I always thought there's a such thing as having too many weapons. No, it isn't. But there's no such thing as having too many weapons when you have a guy like Kelsey. See, the thing that people don't understand is that Kansas City's identity revolves around that big ass 6'5", 260-pound tight end that nobody
can stop it.
Nobody has an answer for it. So what does that do? That makes the game much easier for Tyreek Hill. You want to know why Tyreek Hill keeps running past everybody? Haven't you asked yourself that question? Why do they keep letting Tyreek Hill run past their ass?
Because they can't do nothing. Why? Because they got a safety over Kelsey and a linebacker under. And Tyreek Hill's running a 4.2 past your number one quarterback. See it.
Yeah, in basketball terms, Tyreek Hill hitting that big play is a 3-point shot. Travis Kelce's a damn layup. It's a layup, and there's nothing you can do about it. I had him in fantasy this year, and it's actually funny. A buddy of mine was like, I see what you did now, and it ain't happening again. And I was like, what'd I do? He was like, you got Kelce high in the second round where nobody was going to get him.
Shit, whenever I had a chance to get him, I got him.
Yeah. And the thing is, if I would have had a late first round pick, I was going to get him. If I would have had the last pick, I was going to get a running back, and then I was going to get Kelce right after. Like that. That's always been, I'm giving up my strategy now, but I mean, it is what it is. Board's going to fall wherever it falls. But that guy right there, man.
He makes your offense
value. Everybody gives Mahomes all his damn credit, right? And I love Mahomes. I love Mahomes to death. Mahomes is probably talent-wise the most talented quarterback I've ever seen lace him up. How easy is it when you got a guy that's 6'5" that's doing the things that Kelsey's doing? Like every time you look, the guy is just killing. So I say all that to say this.
Yeah, even Mahomes, because Kelsey's been balling since 2015. Really, he actually started late 2014. Because I remember I was one of the first people to get him in, and then one of my fantasy leagues, he was like, "Why are you getting him?" I'm like, "Watch."
Because he's a layup.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
So what I will say is, he had 1,100 yards this year. The difference between that and what Schultz did is almost 400 yards, and he had like 13 touchdowns or something like that, something crazy. Where Schultz had 9. But that's not taken away from Dalton Schultz, because Dalton Schultz, amongst all of the other tight ends, he was not far behind some of the other guys, like besides Waller and Kelsey.
That was it. And everybody, this is what I think. Pitts is going to be better than Waller and Kelsey.
I think so too. You know what? You want to know why? Because I believe he's a better route runner. I believe that he goes up and he catches it at the highest point. But we'll talk about the draft a little bit later. We're going to talk about that. And so our offensive MVP was Coop. And so where do you think draft needs? Like based on our roster, based on some of the guys that'll be free agents. We know that our secondary, Jordan Lewis, Cheeto. I want to say I'm missing somebody that'll be a free agent.
X Woods,
yeah.
All of them was in that 2017 class.
Okay, X Woods. I don't think anybody on offense besides Dak is a free agent, which was last because obviously that's something that has to get done. What else? Let's talk about needs. What are your specific needs right now?
I think we need another safety, another corner, a good one technique. We actually need another offensive tackle.
Okay.
And that's about it.
You satisfied with the linebacker position?
If you have better DTs, the linebackers look better.
Okay. All right. I want to show you something eerily. I wish that I could go back and watch last year's show when we said, what are our draft needs? Safety, corner, one technique, and we swap out wide receiver for tackle. So we're back in this predicament again, where we need the same things.
Probably the only thing is, I think they believe in Donovan Wilson.
I do.
Like, oh, Donovan Wilson can play. Nah, that was just preseason. No,
he's around the football. He is around the football. He creates turnovers. He hits. At this point, to me, when they're always like, well, we got potential in this guy. We got potential in this guy. This guy. You know how we never see it? Like with X Woods, we're like,
you actually get a flash here and there. You're like, okay, yeah.
Donovan Wilson's balling. So I think you got to pair him up with somebody that's really good so that you can get the full potential out of what he can really do.
Justin Simmons. My bad. My allergies.
Justin Simmons. Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean that, crowd. I mean my allergies is messing up.
And you want to know something crazy? Even though you're talking about getting him in free agency, I still want to draft another safety.
You need
because you
need a rotation.
And it helps you with special teams too. Where do those guys go when they're not playing? They play special, and that makes your special teams unit more hungry. Corner. What's your prototypical corner that you're looking at to fit with what we do?
You actually need a playmaker. I don't need Dion. I mean, we would love to get another Deion, but give him a Marcus Peters type, D'Angelo Hall.
I agree because I think that Trayvon is eventually, while Trayvon can jump on footballs and while he has some ball skills, I think he's going to be more of the shadow type. You saw this year where they used Trayvon to shadow guys like Julio, and
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, DK Metcalf, and some of these other guys. He lost some of those battles, but he also won some of those battles too. For a young guy that's out there on the island, they had no damn safety help for the most part.
None. Zero.
Yeah, and he really didn't have an off season either. I mean, he learned. So I think the sky's the limit for him. I think you do have to pair him up with a guy that's a playmaker. Because if you look at Miami, for example, Miami has Byron Jones. They brought in Byron Jones because Xavier Howard was already a playmaker. Xavier Howard was already getting a whole bunch of picks. What did adding Byron Jones do to his game? Elevated the amount of things that he could jump on. But it wasn't just Byron Jones. They also added a whole bunch of other talent with their draft.
Plus, they added another first-round corner.
So, I mean, I'm totally with you. I might not even just add one corner. We might be looking at possible a couple of corners.
To me, what I think they're gonna do, I actually think they're gonna give Cheeto one more year. Like, hey, come back for $5-6 million. Because he ain't gonna go out there and think he getting $15 million or nothing. That shit ain't happening.
Hell no. And here's another thing though, too. You want to know who our best corner was last year, statistically wise? It goes in this order: Jordan Lewis, Trayvon Diggs,
Anthony Brown.
It was either. I think him and Cheeto were. I think him and Cheeto were about. I personally, if you ask me, I'd rather bring Jordan Lewis back first before all of those. For one, I think he'll be cheaper. Second, quite frankly, I think he plays harder than everybody. Like I when he got that penalty in the game, like, was it a bonehead penalty? Yeah. Was I mad about it? No, I wasn't. I wasn't mad about it. He plays hard. He's scrappy. And we know that about him. What's going to happen is Jordan Lewis walks. We're going to walk right over to Kansas City and get a ring. I mean, he's going to go to a really good football team that has structure in place, and you're gonna find out how really good he really is. You're gonna find out.
He gonna go to New England.
Possibly.
And then Belichick gonna get him right. You like, damn, Jordan Lewis was that good on the outside?
He is. Because you know what he did? I don't know if you remember, but in the Eagles game, when Darian Thompson went out with the concussion, Jordan Lewis jumped in at safety and actually did pretty good. He got a penalty, but he was in the right spot, which I'm not used to seeing our safeties being in the right spot.
We only damn see one of our safeties in the right spot.
Yeah, so what I saw from him is in certain packages, you could really play him at safety, or you have an emergency safety, which I find that more valuable than anything at this point. If they trusted him enough to jump in there and do that, then, you know what I'm saying, like, he has more value than Cheeto at this point, especially if you're going to go ahead and get a corner anyway. And if you show up the safety position, you can get away with another young guy over there. But you also have Jordan Lewis or you know, I mean, they probably try and bring both of them back, Cheeto and Jordan Lewis. Bring Cheeto, Jordan Lewis back, and then you probably get a young guy. But that brings me to my next question. At number 10, because I did a video on Surtain and Farley today. And I know how you feel, but let everybody know, like how do you
want either
a quarterback at 10?
I don't want neither one of them.
So why don't you like either one of them?
I think somebody said something and then the Star Game group. I actually think serves, because to me, a lot of them players at Bama plateau at Bama, at least on defense to me.
Not Fitzpatrick. That mug bald. He kind of.
Damn. When he first got to Miami, he was looking like trash. He was like, oh. Then he got that trade to Pittsburgh. You're like, damn.
Trayvon's pretty good.
Yeah.
Trayvon's pretty good. They played alongside each other. But yeah.
And damn, Farley ain't gonna be nothing played in 2 years. By the damn time he gets out there.
I'll be completely honest with you. If we draft Farley at number 10, they're gonna say he was a bust at first. He's gonna get his ass bust with that technique he had. I like him. I think there's high upside for him. I think in another system, you're looking at a top 10 pick possibly. I'm looking at what we do. I'm looking at, for the most part, like our history of really just leaving corners on the island and not value. Like I'm going by the old way that we handle things. We don't value safety. We don't value interior defensive linemen, because if we're talking about the same needs we've needed for 3 years, because it's almost identical to the years before that. We asked for one technique, then two. We asked for damn safety. The difference is we swap out for a tight end. We swap out a tight end and running back. But safety, one technique have been needs for a long time, and now tackle has crept up on them.
Yeah, they didn't think it would, but it's here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and so that's why for me, I thought addressing the safety and the one technique, and maybe Gallimore is that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's the one. Maybe he becomes that. Maybe we need a solid three. But I don't know, because Tristan Hill, just to me, those guys are solid. I want a damn like animal. You feel me? Like I want to I don't know if there's an animal in this draft. There's a couple.
It is, but he's gonna need that veteran to bring it out of him. And
Marvin?
Yep, Marvin's a top 10 pick who is probably gonna go in the second or third round.
I see that. The one thing that I kind of saw out of him a little bit was sometimes he has motor, sometimes he doesn't.
Yep, that's the problem. When he's hot, can't nobody block him. That is why, to me, if they can get Marvin in the second or third and bring back Gerald McCoy, how it sounds like it's pretty much a done deal. If you could get Gerald McCoy to mentor Marvin, Gallimore, and then Tristan, DT isn't a problem no more.
Watch out. So basically, like with your theory, essentially what we need to do is probably go sign Randy Gregory to another damn extension. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're set for a long time, because you got D-Law. And then I think that really solves your issue. There's a couple of other guys that, I have my eye on. The guy from USC, Jay Tufele, he's pretty solid. I like the kid Levi, whatever his name is.
The dude from Iowa
Washington.
State. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's from Washington. He's pretty good. And then there's another guy. But all of these guys are second-round guys that I'm talking about right now, which is why I'm trying to tell everybody we don't need to get a first-round defensive guy. The second round is going to be loaded. Second and third round, because guess what? If they don't go in the second round, because of all these quarterbacks and all of these tackles, some of these guys are going to go in the third round. You get what I'm saying?
And plus, we got a bunch of comp picks.
We do, where we can package. To me, I'm looking to package some of the, like, I would rather, like, I know that they're saying we got 10 picks. I would rather have 6 really good ass picks.
Yeah, because say we stay packed, you gonna pick 10 players and then cut 5 of them.
Yeah, I would maybe not. That's being drastic. Maybe not 6, but maybe 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather package. We got what, 2? We got 2 3s or 2 4s?
I think both. I think we might got both.
Yeah, because in that case, man, look, I'm moving up and I'm getting some of these. Like, I mean, what's the point? What's the point of sitting back? That's just me, because I'm looking at the second round and there's some really good guys, cornerback. The reason that I'm not too wild on the cornerback position at number 10, guys, I haven't gotten into it yet, but there's some corners that are going to be in the second round that are damn near at the same level as those guys, if not better. Asante
Samuel Jr.,
J.C. Horn, Kendricks out of Clemson. There's another guy. I mean, the second round is going to be loaded with cornerbacks. You're going to be in the same position that you were when you got Trayvon Diggs last year. And Trayvon Diggs was slated to be in the first round. So I'm not wild of, but I did look at something today. I did some research and I looked at the Pro Bowl this year, and 7 out of the 8 Pro Bowlers were first round picks at corner. So
who actually was the one who actually wasn't?
Maybe it was Lattimore, possibly.
No, Lattimore was top 10.
No, it wasn't Lattimore. It wasn't Lattimore. It was somebody in the AFC.
Cause who made it? Trey White.
He was the 27th pick his year.
It's Xavier Howard. I didn't know he made it.
It was him. He was the second round pick. It was Xavier Howard. And so, to me, a lot of those guys were middle of the pack corners. So between maybe 10 to 20 something. So this draft, though, the way that the drafts fall, like we're talking about those drafts had better corners than this one does, in my opinion.
This is a deep corner draft, but it ain't like, all right, give me him.
Also, with COVID and a lot of these guys opting out and not playing as much, not having as much film, do you feel as certain drafting them at 10?
Because you was going on.
That's kind of my knock. That's kind of my knock towards the Surtain Farley, because what I really think a lot of people are doing is looking at highlights and they're saying, I want that Farley kid, knowing that he sat out and really, he kind of has technique issues.
I think the thing is Farley's going to test well at the combine.
He is. He's definitely going to test well.
He's going to run like a 4.3 something. He's going to have a great high jump. Like, oh, my guy. But when you hit his ass with that double move, you like.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or when he go against Devontae Adams and they do a damn back shoulder fade and he with him step for step, but there ain't nothing he can do with him because he already gave up the cushion. He already let him get to where he want to get to and didn't get a hand on him.
And everybody, we are going to Green Bay this season coming up.
Yeah. So, I mean, guys like Devontae, like those type
Michael Thomas, because we are.
And I really don't see him staying with none of. It's not even those big guys, not even Devontae. It's those little guys, those shifty type receivers that I see getting in trouble.
Christian Kirk
turn his ass up because it ain't because Trayvon gonna be the one following the big guys. So I don't know. It's rookie year will be tough, but. That's my main reason for second round is loaded with guys that have potential. They're almost as good as those guys, and I think that you really won't be missing much, and you can really address the areas like tackle, and then I mean, like you said, man, Kyle Pitts fall to us there, man. I was on everybody.
I'm saying deja vu. I actually think Slater's gonna be that guy.
I like Slater. I like Slater a lot. Now I showed you. I showed you a little right before this. I sent you a clip of.
I didn't get to watch it, but everybody's on them. I'm gonna have to look at them. But this is almost mirror image 10 years ago when they took Tyron. I didn't really want Tyron.
I didn't want Tyron either, but it was necessary and it was a great pick. It ended up being a great pick.
And I think they're gonna look at it almost the same. They are to me the same thing I thought for Sewell when actually we was in that position where he was. To me, it's the same thing. You take Slater, you put him at right tackle, you slide Lauder to guard, and then you groom him out there for a year. Because I don't think they're gonna cut Tyron as long as he wants to play, and plus the salary sheet. Then the damn following year, you move Tyron back to right tackle, and you move him to left tackle.
That's if you don't trade Tyron. And I'm gonna pose this question: if a team like the Jets, who's gonna look to go get a quarterback, comes to you with an offer like, "Hey,"
I actually think the Jets gonna get Sewell.
Yeah, they could get Sewell, but who's the other tackle?
Yeah.
So if the Jets come to you and say, "Man, we got this, third and fourth round pick this year, and we'll give you for Tyron," how you gonna act?
To me, I would take that deal.
I would too.
The Cowboys are, because they're loyal to a fault, and I don't think they want to send him there.
Yeah, I'm with you. But that 3 and that 4, I mean, the only reason I asked that is because I look at it, and Washington got, I think they got a 4 in 2020, and I think they got a 3 this year for Trent Williams. And Trent Williams was coming off of, cancer. Tyron Smith is coming off of a neck injury, yes, but I do think that there's more value for Tyron, or that's at least where you start.
And because if you look at it, Tyron is younger than Trent Williams.
And then the contract that you be trading is something that teams would drool over.
Yeah. What, he gonna make $10 million? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is nothing.
Drool over that contract. So I mean, if you're being a real GM, you kind of have to consider that. Another thing I'm considering too with the tackle position and why getting a tackle at number 10. Neither one of your tackles this year showed you that you can trust them. Neither one of them. With Loudon,
because damn Loudon play a damn snap.
Sure didn't. Car accident, and out of shape. He didn't think we was gonna have a season apparently. Oh, what's going on, Swaggy D? So neither one of them showed you. So for me, I gotta put some people on notice because at the end of the day, my quarterback got hurt. Whether he was in the pocket or not, he took a lot of hits. Why was he out of the pocket in the first place? Maybe he was out of the pocket because we couldn't protect him. And we had to do a design run because we couldn't protect him.
And we actually couldn't run the ball the right way.
Yeah. So I look at a guy like Slater who can really get to the second level. That's one thing that he's really good at, getting to the second level. He has really good hips. Like he's a really good athlete. Like you look at him and he looks short for a tackle. He's 6'4". So
and here's the thing also. Washington built their D line for our O line. Yeah. Now it's time to rebuild our O line for their D line because that D line ain't going nowhere for a long time.
Oh yeah, and guess what? That tape I sent you, Slater was getting in Chase Young's ass. Chase Young got him with a couple bull rushes, but for the most part, it was a stalemate. I even seen Slater put him down. He came on the pass rush, held him down like a little boy. So, yeah, you got to counteract with what won the division, and they whooped our ass twice. They
actually whooped our ass twice.
Yeah. So I'm with you. You got to counteract with that. So that might mean tackle might be your that might be the pick. But with that being said, you never know how it's going to play out. Last year, we didn't think CeeDee Lamb would be available at 17. I remember it, though. You talked that to existence. So can you talk like maybe Micah Parsons to existence? Maybe Micah Parsons? I don't know.
I'm good on Micah Parsons. Like we're going 3-4. If we go 3-4, give me Micah Parsons any day of the week.
I kind of think we are. That's kind of what I'm thinking, you know. And another guy, Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye, if we go 3-4, that's a DN, you know, because you need good two gap, you need two gap defensive ends. So it really just depends what we do on defense. That's one thing too. We don't change anything. If we don't change what we're doing, why do we necessarily have to make the first pick a defensive guy?
You don't. I don't know why people think if we don't take defense the first pick, oh, you actually can't do nothing now on defense. Oh, it's nothing we can do to rebuild the defense now if we don't take him at number 10.
It's such a false narrative because I've been proving people wrong the whole time. The last 10 picks, our first picks have been defensive players. Mo Claiborne. Let me grab my phone. I got it.
Taco Charlton, Leighton Vander Esch.
Yep. And Tristan Hill, if we're being technical.
Yeah, technical.
Tristan Hill. I mean, technically that draft was Amari Cooper. But, I mean, we could have got a running back there. That second pick, we didn't have to go defense. It just was the value was there, but we still went defense. It was our first pick. But yeah, those are all the people. Mo Claiborne, Byron Jones, Taco, Leighton Vander Esch, and Tristan Hill. Let me ask you a question about all of those guys. What do they have in common? Well, maybe only one doesn't have that one thing in common. So what do 4 out of the 5 have in common?
Shit, I'm gonna make the second contract.
Well, I was gonna say we reached on all of them. I say Mo Claiborne was a reach because we gave up so much. We gave up so much.
Because Mo Claiborne was supposed to be Dion.
Well, we gave up a lot to not help him. I don't think he was a bad player. I just think he dealt with injuries a lot. Not like he was beat up and down the field like that. He was always hurt.
And damn 1 year, he damn looked like a Pro Bowl corner. He damn tore his damn hamstring off his leg.
Yeah. Byron Jones is the only one we did not reach on. He fell to us. I still would have liked to have Malcolm Brown over Byron Jones, but I could live with Byron Jones. We didn't do Byron Jones right. We did it like for the first couple years. I mean, the first year we put him at corner, he was really good. He was really good. Byron Jones probably was going to be a perennial all-pro corner if we would have kept him there all those years. We moved him to safety, which I understood. But what I didn't understand it because at the time I was pissed because I was just like, why do we keep putting projects back there? Just go get a damn real safety. And we I don't know, we fiddled around with that for a couple years, moved him back to corner. He ended up being solid. And it was too late to the point that they didn't know if they wanted to sign him to a deal, which they should have signed him to a deal. Byron should have been signed. Should have been signed. But why didn't you sign him? Because you were dicking around with Dak's contract. So he didn't make a second contract. Taco Charlton, you didn't give him a chance. You didn't give him a chance. He didn't have a shot in hell. Poor Taco. Now Taco probably get a ring.
Yeah. Taco like, woo!
Thank God, I dodged his bullet. Dumbass Cowboys. Don't know what they... We reached to get him. So We did. But if you're gonna reach, give him an opportunity to at least develop. Like, this is what you drafted. This is what you wanted. This is what you guys stood up on the table for. Leighton Vander Esch was a reach. He was a reach.
Yeah, because I didn't want no goddamn Vander Esch.
Has he been solid?
Derwin James was rolling on down the board. I'm like, please trade up.
Nah, they like the pedigree of certain guys. Like the thing
honestly, we actually seem dumb about the Vander Esch pick because probably at the end of 2018, I'm like, I was wrong.
But then he started having the issues that we knew. Can't get on the field. He can't stay on the field. That counts. He had
I mean, technically that's Derwin James too right now. So
yeah. But for me, it's not Derwin James. For me, I like Rashaan. I like Rashad Evans.
Yeah.
I think it's Rashaan. Out of Bama. I liked him better.
Me too.
Vander Esch. He's a tougher guy. He's on a tough defense right now. I don't think his stats are the way that they are because they're tough. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't have the stats that Vander Esch has, but he's a tough football player. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we kind of lack. We haven't had toughness on our defense since Rolando McClain. I can't tell you one tough guy we got. Like tough. Is D-Law good? Yeah. Is he gonna punch you in the face? No. Jordan Lewis probably the closest to that. Like, I mean, mean. Who do we got that's mean?
I almost thought Jalen Smith was mean, but the last 2 seasons, because you remember 2018, Jalen Smith was killing. Where the hell did that guy go?
But you know what? These guys don't automatically just start being able to read keys and stuff, though. It's got to be coaching. Got to be. Like, they all look bad. Sean Lee looked bad, too.
You remember when Jalen Smith had Kamara scared?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't want none of that. Where the fuck is that guy at? Huh? Where? I'm sorry, YouTube, but then really, where the fuck is that guy at? Because I ain't seen him in a while.
You know where he is? He probably somewhere celebrating. Celebrating his last tackle that he had. That's where he is. Quest said, our tough guy is about to retire. Sean Lee. Nah.
I think Donovan Wilson is probably tough. I like Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan Wilson is tough. I'll give you that. Donovan Wilson's tough.
I think Trayvon's tough because Trayvon don't care.
I think Trayvon will be tougher if we had tougher people around him. I think that, you are what your environment is. If he's there any much longer around the soft-ass culture and these soft-ass players they keep bringing in, he going to become soft.
Yeah, because all of a sudden Jalen's just Hollywood. I'm sorry, Jalen, if you're watching this, but I'm calling a spade a spade. I was your biggest fan. I was telling people last year you're going to be Defensive Player of the Year. I look fucking stupid. Like, I don't know how I said that.
Yeah, and I think that he said something to the cameras the other day when they asked him about a down year or something. He said, watch the film.
I did.
Bruh. So what do I need to watch it for? To watch your dreads pop up because you can't get off a block? All I seen was your dreads popping up all over the place because you couldn't get off a damn block. And then you made a tackle down the field after they ran 8 to 10 yards already. Maybe. Nah, bro. Like, do I think he should be on the team? Yeah. Because you can't do nothing with that contract. There's nothing you can do with it.
Even though it ain't a bad contract, it's a bad contract.
Yeah. You got to find something.
If he was playing how 2018 version played, it is a still of a contract. But damn, when he looking like Buster Douglas out there, you're like, oh, we is paying $13 million for that.
Yeah, And it's actually crazy because linebacker is one of my needs. I think we need a linebacker. I think that they have made that a need. There's a guy named Nick Bolton out of Missouri.
Who's
a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
And if you know DMV terms, Bolton be striking.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say it, but he a real. I ain't gonna say that on YouTube. But
Bolton striking.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like Bolton. I might even draft him at 10, depending on how everything. Because this is pre-combine, so if he runs a good number, or if he goes to the Senior Bowl and balls out, that's a need. It's something we kind of need to bolster this defense. You need something to kind of change this culture, because these guys that we got in right now, what are Jalen and Leighton are Garrett guys. We still got a bunch of Garrett guys. See, offense, it worked. Offense, if you look on the list that I got, we hit on every offensive player. From the last 10 picks, we hit on every offensive player.
Tyron.
It started with Daz. Look, Daz, Tyron, Travis, Zach, Zeke,
CD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we hit on all of them. So that's kind of where I'm like, why we got to draft defense? What are we drafting defense for? We hit on what? 2 defensive players? And maybe Leighton? Like, Leighton is a hand man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, like, the percentages tell me y'all know what y'all doing offensively, but defensively, but I will say this. I told you this in our text earlier. I trust them in the second round. Who do we get in the second round on our defense that we say is good? Trayvon Diggs, Demarcus Lawrence,
Randy
Gregory. Didn't we just say our co-defensive players of the year were Randy Gregory and Demarcus Lawrence?
Yep.
You guys like Trayvon? He was in the second round. So I think that it's like, why are they better in the second round than they are in the first round? It's because when they get to the second round, they don't have to think. They're not thinking about, is he a Cowboy? Is he good to brand? Is he a guy that sells jerseys? They're not thinking about that type of stuff. In the second round, you're getting the best player available. That's why they hit more in the second round than they do in the first round. And then they're probably even better. This year we hit in the 4th round pick. It was Gallimore was a 4th round pick, right?
Was he a 3rd?
Whatever he was, he wasn't the second. He wasn't the first.
Oh yeah, he was a
3rd. I think 4th.
Right?
Huh?
Reggie Robinson was a 4th, wasn't he?
So what was Biotish?
I think he was a 4th also, because I think Bradley and I was a 5th, and they didn't have a 6th, and they wasted whatever that 7th round was of a name we won't mention.
Yeah, we won't mention him here. He's not welcome here.
Not at all.
So, all right, we got our list of needs, draft needs, and we're gonna talk about them. We're actually gonna do the same thing we did last year on Wednesdays. We're gonna get to a point where that's all we're talking about. We're just gonna talk about draft, and off-season stuff. And the last thing we're gonna touch on, we got about 6 minutes left. Dak's contract. Did we sign Dak yet, man? Is Dak his deal done yet, man?
Who damn text him? Diggity D. What is going on?
Man.
Get that damn deal done before March.
Yeah.
To me, if they can't get that deal done before March, you might as well let him go be a free agent. Because the franchise tag does nothing for us.
It does
absolutely nothing.
It does nothing but allow us not to bring nobody in.
Yeah.
And the way you have to do it with Dak, you got to set the mark. You probably got to set the market with his deal. You probably have to.
You might not beat Patrick Mahomes, but he gonna have to beat Deshaun Watson.
He'll have to beat Deshaun Watson.
Mr. 4-12. I'm sorry, Deshaun, but y'all killed Dak for 8-8. But Deshaun sleeping well going 4-12.
Dak ain't never gone 4-12. He probably never will. So yeah, knock on wood.
But, yeah. Let's not say that in Dallas. Who knows what the hell's happening with this team?
I don't know, man. I sat here and watched us win 4 games with Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Games with Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton is terrible.
Trash.
I'll let you know how we probably really have a good team. We just really got hurt. We got really hurt. I had to tell somebody this earlier, and you saw it on Twitter. Who said we don't draft good? What? Bruh, we were missing Pro Bowlers on the line, and we were missing a Pro Bowl quarterback. What are you talking about? You don't draft well. You saying that, bruh, we missed we missed half the offense. We were missing half the offense. Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Loudcall, Prescott. That's more than half the offense. Because between Dak's production and then what they would have offered Zeke, it's not even a question. So knowing those things, damn, it's actually crazy because we ain't had no injuries on defense like that, except for Tristan maybe. But that wasn't going to be the impact of those guys. We was bad with Tristan.
And shit, Tristan was probably the best player on the defense at the point.
He was. But I'm excited to see him come back. I really am. But we're probably
Tristan's nasty.
The team, we're healthy, but that's the problem. We're a little too top heavy.
We actually talking about mean players. Nah, Tristan's mean. Because other teams hate Tristan.
Yeah, true.
His ass just don't talk, but
we just haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah,
we just haven't seen enough of him. That's about Tristan's gonna be solid. And what round was Tristan drafted in?
Second.
Oh yeah. So pretty much the heart of our defense is a second round player. So you got to kind of tell Cowboy fans that when they're thinking all we need to do is draft defense. It's not that easy. No, we got other needs. We definitely got other needs, like tackle. It's actually crazy though, because while they say we give all the resources to offense, all of the offense has been drafted except for Amari for the most part. It's all homegrown or undrafted free agents. It's all homegrown.
Yeah, because Lau was really a first-round pick that got caught in some dumb stuff, and we got lucky.
See, the thing about offense is they don't miss. And so when they don't miss, they get second contracts. So that's why it looks the way it does, because they're so good at drafting offense. It's not a matter of them having to invest in defense. They need to draft better players. That's what they need to do. They need to draft better players. Whatever formula that they have defensively, the shit don't work.
Throw it out.
Yeah, it don't work.
This ain't working.
Some lean ass defensive players y'all be wanting to get. Go get you a big ass dog, man.
From damn Mississippi State or something. Alabama.
Go get a big ass. Go get some big ass players that can freaking run. You know what I'm saying? You got these lean ass players out here getting pushed around, getting bullied. War Report asks, "What's our take on Jalen?" We kind of talked about Jalen a little bit earlier.
You ain't gonna like it.
You can't cut him, but he wasn't good. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I kind of look past Jalen. When people talk Jalen, I kind of look past it. Let's see. The War Report says Connor Williams would have been a first rounder too. I actually had a first round grade on Connor Williams. I actually think Connor Williams is playing out of position.
He is.
He's playing out of position. He needs to be a tackle. He's a tackle. Like, it's actually funny because you know who else is playing out of position? Zach Martin. Zach Martin's playing out of position. While he's an all-pro guard, motherfucker can play tackle too.
You actually know who else is playing out of position? Lyle Collins.
Yeah. He's a damn good. So, really, it's about getting your 5 best offensive players on the field. Really. And to me, we would be better off suited moving Lyle Collins' ass back to guard. To me, it would have been better to put Connor at tackle and put Lyle at guard. That's just personally. You don't got to deal with that interior strength. Connor Williams was pretty athletic. Now he got too big to play tackle. Now he got too big. But then again, I don't know. He's still athletic. So, I don't know. But what you do is if you go out and get a tackle, you can move Lyle back in, and now your swing tackle is really good in Connor Williams. That's what you do with Connor Williams. That's how you solve that problem. That's just my thinking.
Then now you got 2 other guys on the bench who you know has played the whole season. Now you have depth.
Yeah. And what do? You let those guys fight it out in training camp for that one spot. Those guys fight it out for that one spot. Knight and Steele.
And if all fails, you're like, man, I don't want to really cut one. So somebody give me a 6th-round pick.
A 6th-round pick? Or how about maybe they go back to practice? One of them goes to practice squad. It's a little. I don't know. The rules will change after COVID. They'll change, but
I'm guessing we're gonna probably go into an almost COVID season next in damn September. It ain't gonna. I don't think it's gonna be like it was last year, but
yeah. So I think that we'll be okay, man. We'll be okay. But this offseason is very critical. And somebody talked about it earlier. Zach is a Mac. The War Report says Zach is a Mac. The man was the MVP of a bowl game. Alana winning MVP. We got the Senior Bowl coming on January. I believe it's January 30th. Let me check my phone. Yeah, January 30th. So, are you excited about the Senior Bowl?
A little bit. It actually gives me a chance to look at more prospects. Because I don't even think I watched as much college football this year as I usually do.
Yeah. This Senior Bowl is going to be lit. I'm going to tell you why it's going to be lit. For one, there's a lot of linemen that are first-round grades or a lot of some of those guys going to have to play to separate themselves. A lot of guys didn't play. So you're going to see guys get a chance to prove themselves. Normally, that's where you get your guys in the trenches. If there's no Senior Bowl, there's no Zach Martin. If there's no Senior Bowl, Aaron Donald doesn't get drafted that high. The Senior Bowl is where these big linemen who nobody knows by face or really knows, they get an opportunity to get coached up by a coaching staff. And you get to see really what the skill level is. They do one-on-ones and all of that type of stuff. So that's their big day. Combine ain't nothing for them. But the Senior Bowl is the combine to linemen and and quarterbacks really, because those small level quarterbacks, like there's no Dak Prescott if there's no Senior Bowl. There's no Jimmy Garoppolo if there ain't no Senior Bowl. It's a couple of guys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a video tomorrow on the importance of the Senior Bowl and what to look forward to. So you guys look out for that. I'm gonna be cranking them out, man. I'm gonna be cranking out a whole bunch of videos coming soon because, for one, I just figured, DMV's back in the lab, man. So I just gotta keep cranking them out and keep putting out content, man. But I mean, that's pretty much it. War Report, you kind of came in late, man. We kind of answered all those questions earlier on Cheeto, Lewis, Zeke, and all of those guys. So, if you can check the playback, we talked about that stuff a little bit earlier. But we're gonna head on out. Be back on next Wednesday, 8:30. Well, we'll probably touch on some draft needs, maybe touch on what happened over the weekend with the playoff games. And, Mike Nolan's still kind of on the hot seat. They haven't made a decision there yet. So maybe we get to scout some of this defensive talent out there and some of these young coaches. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Follow my man, Elton Colston. That's his name. That's his YouTube channel. Follow him. Go subscribe. He's going to be putting out some stuff this year as well during draft time. And that's it. You got anything for the people before we go?
Nah. Be safe out there because shit is crazy.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm in the D.C. area and we're safe. We're safe. As you guys can see, I got my black ass in the crib. So, yeah. Everybody be safe and we'll holler. Peace.